Anonymous says, how do I prepare my team for inevitable management changes? There's been talk in the office that our team is a target for all cost-cutting measures. Fortunately, we're still here, but one can't help to think about it. However, there hasn't been any word from management about our team's fate. Is there anything I can do? Well, Anonymous, there is something you can do. In the question, I think there's a couple things that are like, this is like Eeyore. Morale's low, shoulders are drooped. You're talking about fate. Back straight, shoulders up. You can control your fate. There's 3 things you can do to really prepare your team and yourself for the environment you're in. The first thing you can do is an audit of your aspect of the business. Then 2, talk to your manager. And 3, go back and talk to your team. So what do I mean by audit? Really what I want you to do is go and take a stock of everything that's happening on your team, right? You want the most current, up-to-date information and opinions that you can form about your team and the stuff you're working on. What tools are you using? Are they must-have? And what you're gonna do, anything that's maybe not a need to have, cancel that. Even though we're kind of in a recessionary environment, that's stuff you should just do all the time. There's no environment where it makes sense to spend money on things you don't have to spend money on. Sometimes what just happens is we forget, we get lazy, whatever, we drop the ball, people come in and out, and we just forget about those things. So the other thing in that moment that you want to take a mental tally of is who are your absolute rock star A players on your team. The reason that's really important is you sort of have to promote and advocate for them in the next step. The next step, go and talk to your manager. You want to really do 2 things in this conversation. The first is let the manager know all of that audit work you just did, where the current status of everything is, the state, what you cancel, what you didn't cancel. And the second is you're gonna wanna get as much information from them as they're able to share. So in the audit side of things, let them know how much money you've saved annualized, right? Like how much this will save over the course of the year. And in that moment, I think you also want to make sure it's clear that like these people are really good. So the worst thing that can happen is your team survives, but it's half the size and someone in management picked the wrong half. You want to make sure that they're armed with the information to pick the right half. If this conversation feels maybe like it'd be weird, we actually have a really great template for managing up to your manager. I'll put the link in the description below, check it out, use it, and I think it'll solve most of your issues here. So the final step here is go back and talk to your team. The main thing you want to tell your team is that you're going to do the best job you possibly can in being transparent and open and honest and getting information to them as soon as information's available. And regardless what you get, just address the elephant in the room, have that conversation with them, and commit to being as transparent as you possibly can. That's what I would do.